Jesus said, one of the greatest commandments is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. But Lord, have you seen these people? And you want me to love them the same way I love myself? Yep. Hello, everyone. My name is Melanie. Welcome to A Steadfast Mind. Is it really possible to love everyone? God does. But He's God. He is love. I'm just a lowly human. Does He really expect me to love the same way that He does? Oh, but it's so hard. Father, you've seen what's going on in the world today. It's bad and it's only getting worse. The people, my God, these people, how am I supposed to love them? There are so many levels of evil in the world. It's sad the things that human beings are capable of, what they're capable of doing to each other. To be honest, I don't want to deal with those people right now. Even after all of my years following Christ, I still struggle with this. Like I said in my last video, when you're exercising your faith, it helps to start small and progress from there. So let's begin with loving people who are just plain irritating, smug people, arrogant people, self-righteous know-it-alls. You may not hate them. You may just find them super irritating. But do you love them? Probably not. But you might have compassion for them, which is a good start. And if you answered yes, how do you love them? That may be difficult to answer if you don't know what love is. One of my favorite verses in the Bible is John chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends. I would find it difficult to lay down my life for someone I didn't really care for. And then there's Romans 5:8. But God demonstrates His own love toward us, and that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. In other words, even when all mankind was covered in their sin, Jesus, who is holy and spotless, the perfect being, willingly laid down His life and died in our place. I made a video on compassion, which is a deep sympathy for the sorrow of others with an urge to alleviate their pain. As you can see from the verses I just read, love is a lot stronger than compassion. You can feel sorry for someone, and you may have the urge to ease their pain, but it is love that moves you to act. Love will cause you to speak with mercy instead of with harsh words. Love keeps us from passing judgment and to pray for people. Love says that we should not hope for any harm to come against anyone, but that only good comes their way. And no, it is not easy. I get irritated with bad drivers on the road. I think most people do. And I feel justified in calling them an idiot or a stupid moron because I know that they're driving distracted or carelessly, and it'll be their fault if they get into an accident. I just don't want to be a part of it, and maybe they'll learn from it. But no, none of these thoughts come from love. And if it's not love, then it's not God. And if it's not God, it is sin. There are a lot more people besides bad drivers who test our patience. Our own family members are very good at getting on our last nerves. People that we work with, sometimes it's our coworkers, sometimes it's our boss. People we meet in passing, people in our own church. And we are commanded to love them all with the same love that Jesus has for us, the same love that drove Him to the cross. How do we love? By knowing God. 1 John chapter 4, verse 7 says, Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and anyone who loves is born of God and knows God. How do we know God? By knowing His Word, by meditating on it, by putting it to work in our lives. Paul had a prayer that he wrote in his letter to the Ephesians. I have the same prayer for myself and for you, that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, that you, being rooted and grounded in love, may be able to comprehend with all the saints what is the width and length and depth and height to know the love of Christ, which passes knowledge, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. When you come across someone who you'd rather avoid, remember to choose love instead of harsh judgment, because that is what Christ did for us. Work out those faith muscles. Thank you for stopping by, and God bless you.